Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from, my name is Lucky Anywa from Nile TV as we bring to you what we call the Nile TV investigation. As all the country of Uganda and the entire world praise Dr. Lamwaka from Gulu University, you did know that she has been going a lot of afflictions on her family issues. Lucky Anywa, aka MC Lucky. Now, one lock beroka wiyere maduong about ot mamege nyone gang mamege tisina quarters. Kinun kachel ki ruot tapire. Richard. Now, kwa iwachi wa we pien a lot of speculation is coming out. Nile did ruot you fence gathering about 3 big houses mamege. Now, in kwa tetelwak alpha nyokit yum chunyanga ometi kweditin because when I was coming I see you smiling. What is it that making you smile today?
Well, what I've got to say is that for the last 4 months, I have been really very stressed that I look the way I am because of the grace of God. On the 28th of December 2020, when I was away in Tororo, some men invaded my home and began cutting down the tree, and then they also tried to electrocute my children in the house. They actually locked them in the house. So it was the children who then gave me a stress call that, "Mommy, there are people here. We don't know whether they are thieves. They also don't look like they are from Omeme." And they had diverted traffic, on both sides of the road. So the kids were scared. I had to call in police. I had to make a stress call to Omeme, and they put a blackout on everybody so that my children do not get electrocuted in the house. Now, on further calling friends to check and also gathering information from police, we got it that it was what appeared Richard Santo who was cutting down the tree. To me, it was a big shock because the tree alone is one of those indigenous species that is not supposed to be cut, And in that we were carrying out research where we actually found that it had some very good phytochemicals that could fight even COVID-19, leave alone other conditions, the other health conditions like cancer of the prostate.
I want to take you to all the plants and indigenous plant which has been destroyed. Some of them she has decided now to uproot them, then bring it here. The one you're seeing here, it is very small, but he has gone to what we call a world medicinal aspects. We call it vavaring. The vavaring alone, it makes helps you in fertility, to make you strong and all the skin. But all these plants you're seeing there was destroyed because she has a garden which she has planted all these crops you're seeing, the plant that you're seeing there, but it was being destroyed due to the process of the land wrangle which was disturbing her. Coming up here, you see they tried even to cut it off. Yeah, when you look at this point, they try to cut it off, but because some of these local herbs in Acholi has a strong spirit and has a strong power, they try to cut it, but the tree cannot be cut. The plant can be cut. You see, they have nailed it with I think this are 6 inches nails, but all in all, they managed to be defeated. But because of God and the spirit that He has, that made the things now to be reviving back. As you can see, it's now reviving back and coming to normal. And there's also another one at almost at the gate side, which was burnt completely down. As you can see, they've destroyed it all completely. They've destroyed it. They burnt all aspects from here, and they tried just to cover up and begin to. You see the leaf now try to come back, but it wasn't like this because all of them was burnt. So we want to advocate that as the government see this as something very important. As the government come today, some see Dr. Lamwaka as somebody who has done a lot of aspects slow. We really beg the country. We really beg the government to come for the support to really help this issue of land wrangle in Achole land, because we're gonna lose a lot of things that would help the country. I want to take you to the garden where all this crop was destroyed. The plants you see them here is not just an ordinary plant. That plant that has a lot of impacts, they're medicinal. You see this? When you have problems in your heart, when you have problems in your heart, there's the way they just bring a small thing, they pump it and make it in form of a powder. So when you just put it in your tea, you enjoy it, find that your heart is clean, and all these things has been destroyed. Has all been destroyed. I want to take you to the series of how the plant was being destroyed and how the land has been destroyed as we go deep to investigate how the going through challenges in life in Gulu, entire northern Uganda. As we put up, there's a lot of challenges she was being going through. Now look at this fence. Now when you look at this fence, you may think she's the one who made it. She didn't make any wall fence here because it has used to be a free home that everybody is free to come in to get some local herbs that can help them. But because of the land wrangles, someone made this wall and then tried to confine her inside, that she could not be able to go out. But remember, this wall is made where these medicinal aspects are hid. You see this? These are the things now being destroyed when it has a lot of help to people. They've been destroyed because of the wall fence, and deep inside here you cannot access anything because all the plants, all the indigenous plants has been destroyed completely due to the process that they try to make a fence on somebody's land, which is so alarming and so bad to the life of someone, So after the court issue and the law thing, they came in and say, let's break out this wall.
With Mr. Pere, on phone. And he told me it must be his brothers and his nephew. So he would talk to them. Now, after a while, he texts me back a message that I failed to find the boys, And I think it was just buying time. The destruction was going on. So they blocked my entry. They destroyed my research materials and indigenous medicines, and some of them, which were got from different parts of the world, were stolen by them, I had to get to my vice chancellor to really report, because those are not my personal things. These are things that supports the world and also supports Ugandans. Now, I had to drive back in the night, risking everything and then telling everybody, there's curfew. But I had to be let through. I arrived at home in the morning, about 5 a.m. in the morning, really for the sake of the children. And then at 6 o'clock, I was at the home of the LC reporting. The LC chairperson was not aware, not even his team, nobody knew what it was, And he basically came to try and find out. And his brother, who is called Moses Lam Ayiko, claimed that building was his. But to me, to my greatest surprise, that building, the 20 years that I had lived there, I knew that it belonged to Awan Samubore. So, properties change hands, but to me it was whether, they got it from Samubore, they should come in an amicable manner
and inform you
and inform me about it. And then if my usual routine was part of their land, according to the new city plan, still they could have told me, But coming in to block a routine, I think culturally is also not acceptable. Rights of way, according to the legal system in Uganda, needs to be provided for. So it actually, what I would say is that he actually invaded or played around with my quasi rights of way. Now, different from that, really, I brought the matter to his attention several times, and he ignored me. Even my vice chancellor tried to bring it to his attention, and instead he was bullying me that he is, after all, on the board of council of Gulu University. He will have me fired, you know. And I thought those
it's kind of threatening or something?
Yes, threatening. Yeah, that is threatening, you know. Because, I mean, if he is on the board, that is the more reason why he should have protected me and my rights. And he should have seen that I am of a fair sex, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Women are supposed, like children, are supposed to be treated fairly. But he acted like a macho man, you know. Yeah. And worse, they tried to abduct me twice. You know, many people, I think, saw tunnels and fences being made around the exit where I was now using it as my route of passing. And I was only in all those occasions saved by the Uganda police and the neighbors, because neighbors would see how they would be planning while I am away and inform police.
That's something gonna happen.
That's something gonna happen. And in the process, the workers actually even damaged my car. I think many times people ask, your lights are on, your what is what. You know, I kept it intentionally so that people can see the manner in which land grabbers can come in. And even when you are known to them, it's even worse when you are known to them and they are trying to trespass on your property.
Maybe if you continue. You hold the things, the threats, the blocking, the planning again to kidnap you. Did you report all the things to the authorities, like the police and the security?
Yes. You know, the file number is there, and I think the investigations are over. Yes. Now, what happened then? We needed to really know where the boundaries are. So we involved a private surveyor. You know, I don't know where the private surveyor's report is. We involved the private surveyor, and according to the private surveyor's report, the findings were that some of the cornerstones or corner mark stones were found intact. However, about 4 of them were found missing, you know, were found missing. Now, what was so striking was that the chain link, which was erected on the northern side of my plot, went too far deep inside, encroaching on those plots. The recommendation was very nice also, that since the old surveys and the corner mark stone separating the plots are present on the ground, it is advisable to follow the survey boundary when putting up development. So to me, this would have been enough for him to move what? To move backwards. Now, when he rejected this survey and with continued intimidation, the RCC, together with the town clerk, ordered the city surveyor to come on the ground and check, you know. So at that particular circumstances, all the residents of the senior quarters, because they are concerned, everybody knows that, you know, what belongs to me, they know, and where the boundary ends, and they enjoy my medicinal plants because I'm not selfish with it. I've used it for healing people for over 20 years. But now it is no more destroyed by Ruarapire and his team. Now, when the report of the boundary reopening came, these are 2 independent people who do not know themselves. The findings were the same. That some of the mark stones were found missing and intentionally removed by Mr. Pere and his team. Yes, and then intentionally also erecting a chain link. But because now they had a chain link there, what they did, which was terrible, was to then remove the chain link and replace it with a wall. And I think they were trying to rubbish the report from the city council. Yeah, and within the report of the city council, if you can see, you know, from this, it clearly demarcated that from the northern side, he passed by 25 meters by 60 meters. Yeah, this is already theft and fraud of land. It is no longer an oversight, you know. Now from here, his brother Moses, although the two housing, you know, neighboring me, is purportedly to have been acquired by Mr. Pere. This brother also from the western side here entered by 9.2 meters by 30, and intentionally, because the mark stones are very clear. Even when you go to the ground, you see it, but they still went ahead to do that so that they could connect here and there. And their intention, if I hadn't first of here separating the medicinal herb garden with home, they would have, I think, come up to the road, because on this side of the road there are bricks, I think, thinking that after blocking me from here and blocking me from there, I would run away, you know, by threat. But I decided not to, because what belongs to me is really mine, and he will not take it, and he is not going to take it away, because Gulu City Council came in to support me by writing to him and his brother a letter acknowledging that their activity was not good, yeah, that they should remove their fencing, yeah. Yeah, now they were given 7 days to remove the fencing, but still they were adamant. They changed from the chain link to a wall, you know, and that makes nullifies the town clerk's letter, you know.
That was given to them, served to them. That was
given to them, and they began changing things, you know, changing things. Even when what Kefar Pageya, you know, gave a letter to them that they should come so that this matter is handled amicably. They were busy doing other things. Then eventually, the City Council Enforcement Department came up with an enforcement notice here, giving them another 14 days now to remove both the wall and the chain link. So there they were stuck. If you go there, you'll find the chain link there and also the wall there, half, Yeah, because really this time it was both. Now the 14 days expired on Monday.
Last week. This week, yeah.
Yeah, and that is where now the City Council will know what to do. They will go into legal action against them, because well, as we do things, we need to do it with dignity to our colleagues, with respect, with
regardless of what capacity you have, or
with
something.
what capacity you have, because here we are governed by one state. Yeah,
and no one is above the law.
No, nobody is above the law, and I don't think I should be treated as a third-class citizen by people who think that they are first class and maybe they are known to the first family. You know, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, you abuse people using bad languages because you think you are above them. You think your whole life, you try to abduct people. Many of the abductions, I believe that the president is struggling to explain. I don't think it's actually politically related. Yeah, because if they had succeeded in doing something bad to me, I'm very sure that the Acholi community, particularly my tribe or my clan, would have put this government to task. And yet it would have been just one man who is greedy and wants to take away my land by force. Now,
going to some of the areas that Dr. Lamwaka alleged that the wall fence has been put in so that he could be confined inside, that he could not even have access of which we have to try to investigate the challenges he was going through. I remember back the wall fence, it was the garden, you know. In a layman time, you would say where you can plant plants and those kind of things. It's a garden that it plants medicinal aspects, that he has a lot of variety. Some of are indigenous, some of them she brings them from outside, you know. But all in all was being destroyed. She alleged that all it was being destroyed. So he really appealed to the Minister of Land. He appealed to the government of Uganda that she needs help for this. So this is where the workers stood and what here according to her, when we tried to engage her and tell us about why was this wall fence put here, she couldn't even tell, because in a real boundary of the land where it's supposed to be the mark stone is somewhere I'm gonna go, then you can see the difference between where they put the wall fence and where the mark stones are. So where I mean, it's where the mark stone is. See, so which is very far from where they put the extreme corner, which is even very far from where they'll put the wall. All right, I can bring you up to here. So this is where the mark stone is. This is where the mark stone is. So in a real sense, I don't want to say that is judging or something. See where the mark stone is, and then compare where the wall fence was being put to confine her inside, that they should not be able to continue with medicinal works to plant a garden or other things. So this is where the mark stone is, and the wall fence is upstream other side. So I want to take you to the garden. So I tried to ask her that what do you think should be immediate aspects so that they could help her continue to plan these indigenous aspects. One of the things that she puts across that should be as a request is she needs a security, and it's not just an ordinary security. Should be the UPDF, because you know the UPDF can enforce the security to people without thinking that this person has money or this person is poor. So our interest is that if the government can put a detach, the Minister of Defense and the people in charge of security could put a detach behind here in order that she could be able to protect the family, could be protected the garden, whereby can plant medicinal aspects. He could be so pleased about it, because when you look at this, you know, when you see these things, these are not an ordinary aspects. These are not ordinary. These are medicinal plants. These are medicinal plants which helps a lot to cure a lot of diseases into the country. So I want to take you to after the garden has been destroyed, she again, with the help of the God and with the help of the talent that she has, now that comes that she has discovered a medicine that can cure COVID-19. She has planted few very important indigenous, which I'm going to take you inside in a very small garden. Though she's struggling, the brain still works. Let me go there and show you a lot of great indigenous which has been planted inside that is helping her to discover what we call it COVID lines that can be important to help in the curing of COVID-19. So this was the garden. I really appeal to that. There's a lot of medicinal aspects which are here. And as I mentioned earlier on, you might be seeing this banana and you think it's just an ordinary banana. I asked about these bananas. He said, these are not ordinary bananas. There's something that she always do when the banana is ready. She mixes it and can help in it. She told me one of the things that can banana help is when you only have difficulties in breathing. Yeah, when you have difficulties in breathing, you just chew it. You just chew it when it's dried. So it helps you and makes you to feel okay.
It hurts me because he is a member of council of the university, and
of which you all the same administration.
Yes, and by virtue of that, I don't know how the university feels now, because people who are selected and taken onto council must be Ugandan with integrity, Ugandan with professionalism, yeah? Ugandans who hold on to truth, But in this particular case, not only my case, because after me, you are going to hear very, very, very many cases coming on, because people are watching.
And some of them might be because of fear and those kind of things, maybe don't have the potential or money. They just decided to sit down.
Exactly, it is fear. And because they had been doing that left and right, and nobody was locking horns with them, and taking into account that I was a woman, yeah, he knew it was going to be a walkover for him, because naturally you are young, yeah, and you also felt it. As soon as you saw it, you felt, exactly. Yeah. Now it is 4 months down the road. If Mr. Pire or his brother Moses were people of integrity, wouldn't they have created another gate for me?
Thank you.
Wouldn't they have remodeled my compound? Would they have really built a wall across the compound where my children used to play?
There's something what I want to know from you, because when the thing started, I know before you reached to the court of law, to the city council, to the RICC, did you try to involve Apire as him and with a few people to ask him why is he doing this, so that you could begin to table this in a family way, that kind of thing be resolved?
Thank you very much for bringing that. Basically, what I must say is that no stones was left unturned in order to try and get to him. I personally got to his uncle, the last born of his father's brothers. I personally paid money for him to come and see what his siblings were doing, yeah? And if it were possible, hold a meeting. I called his sister, who is known to me, to really try and handle the matter amicably. To no avail. I got on to K. Kwaro Pagea, who came in trying to see whether they can solve the matter.
Is it Rod Yusufadek?
Yes, Rod Yusufadek. And then K. Kwara Choli, K. Kwara Choli also tried to put him down. But he's so arrogant, land grabbers are arrogant, and they normally think they are above the law, they are above everybody. And when things go hard, they bring in the names of big people in government. Like my particular case, they were bringing in the name of His Excellency the President. I have no issues with the president that he could send Mr. Pierre to come and take over my land and add it on to his. Yeah? I have no issues with the Prime Minister Ruakana Rugunda. you know. And Ruakana Rugonda, I knew him when I was at the Ministry of Health headquarters. He was the Minister of Health. A man of integrity. He wouldn't indulge in these stupid things.
So were they accusing them that be supporting you or something? How are they accusing
no, they
the
were
president?
not accusing me or them of supporting me. They were bragging that
the president has the authority over this country.
Yes. So they thought that they wanted me to believe that the current government is behind their actions.
So when they called the name of the president, you get afraid and just forgot it?
I actually know who His Excellency the President is. I knew if he had gotten wind of this, he would take charge. Many of the wrongdoings, I know, is not state-inspired. It's individuals who try to force themselves into the state.
So all these people, you try to contact them, they fail. That's why now you decided to say, okay, the law could now take its course.
Well, one time, when the case was registered in police and the abductors were arrested, so they got in touch with Mr. Perez so that we could have a dialogue. Yeah, and what I heard with my own ears was him insulting the OCCID Gulu. You know, he insulted basically every police person
in front of the OC or something. In front of him, or they just insulting him when the OC wasn't around.
He insulted the OC when the OC was speaking to him. We were all there. We heard it, yeah? And you know, here, before issues go very far, within the police system, there is what is called the community liaison officer. You know, they normally try to send them on the ground to sort out the issues. Or the land, I think they have also a land department, yeah? Yeah, all of them tried. And basically what he told them, in my presence, was that you have lost a job. What are your names? What tribe are you? You know? And when you intimidate a policeman, what should he do? Do you think he will come back to you?
Exactly.
Yeah? So everybody else was intimidated. I don't think there was anyone who wasn't intimidated. We went to the site with the resident city commissioner to go and see the condition under which they had put me. Putting someone under confinement in Uganda is criminal, you know? The RDC was present together with the RCC. What happens? He calls his brother and tells his brother to come and harass these guys and chase them away. Huh?
Who was his brother, was that?
Moses. Yeah? And he came and then began engaging them. There is nobody who ever went there who was not harassed by this family. Yeah? Simply because they were bringing in, you know, the politics. Yeah? But some of us know that really Uganda is in for peace. Uganda is in for doing the right thing. You know, and here you are, you can see that everybody is yearning for the right thing to be done. You know, and our case here is going to liberate so many people, so many, because if it can happen to me, you know, at my level now, what do you think a villager down there can do? Huh?
Who does not have the potential?
Who does not have the potential? What do you think they can do? Yeah? Whereas people talk about corruption, it is land grabbers who are corrupt. Our officials are trying their best to do the right thing. I can testify about that, and people have seen how my case is going. None of them were bribed, but all of them are working towards the right direction. Yeah? And these are things that if this country follows, and take it up as a policy, we wouldn't even have any land wrangles. We wouldn't, this would be one of the best country to live in the world.
Okay, conclusively, today you had a meeting, and among the things that we journalists received the information that tomorrow is going to be a day that the law will take its course to remove the wall fence and this kind of thing. What can you tell us about that?
Well, that, I guess, the right people to talk about is the City Council of Gulu. Yeah. For me, mine stops here because I also don't know because I need to be given way. I need to access my home.
Yeah.
You get it, yeah? So, as a Ugandan citizen, Gulu City Council, where I belong, has the mandate to bring me happiness, That's why, you said you saw me happier today.
Yeah.
Because all along, because of fear, I wouldn't sleep at home, I was sleeping in the hotels. I wonder, how he is going to reimburse that. Yeah? My car was not sleeping at home. Sometimes with you people there, sometimes, where, parking.
So you're going to pay Nile TV of taking care of your car, something?
He must pay Nile TV for taking care of the car because all these bills, I actually had I sent to them notice, notice. And all of them, all the three of them, who had issues and thought they were above the law, have something to pay, Yeah. They must pay for what they have done.
Sure.
We can't leave that, We'll file a civil suit against them, yeah, and of which really all of you are witnesses to that.
Sure.
All this suffering, erecting an illegal structure in front of someone's home. I've never seen in tradition a home where you approach it from the back. I have never seen it, but it has happened to me.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for that. I wish the justice should be prevailed to you so that women in Uganda should begin to know that Uganda take care of their rights, and they really, as a country, we shall get crowd for that. My name is Lucky, and you are AKMC Lucky. We shall still be giving you a lot of reports about that as tomorrow comes with that a day that doctor will be smiling, will be sleeping in our home, will be enjoying with our children. All this long, she said, you will be sleeping in the lodge. But only that, we really want to wish you the best. Maybe within 2-3 minutes, you give us the take in Luo so that we also, for the people who might have been getting us in English, they get to know what you'll be telling us. Thank you.
For a trial, wundo motika winya, lokedong abiton wiye, fiana loro pole o kilemono, luani Dr.Lamwaka Alice. Atie la kwe Dr. La Foy Madir te Gulu University. Atiu titme rupoya kumkare ni tikatimu yap mete kwaro ma wekilore o konchangu tu ma yap mo pero mo changu ne chirong arabe di senior quarter the Eden Road plot 36B to 38 da beru kenyo magano makar piare o polumwe ngeyo ma onera kita arabe kere kunu chi lok ma arabe ka lok ne o beru lok adek ken me achel era yedoni ngoma ma ruara pere me atia ki umirne Moses Lam ma beru laya gubino gudoni ngoma la bon tuerna go mugo wa geta wayam be peketon atata be yat ma pere tek ma konya changu tu ma duong uton wa yano be amunio go balo be wanya balo kirao wa yama anatiu kere me research mukana go kwalo go chero kere mukana go karata ta min joma karwa yo kenyu ginero kidung donyo matuti kuona yana ye arabe katiato ne pian dong lok ni chaka we ni ndo piero bor me do ma pario ma aliba rio piara rio kan chaka en ki kudi tim gili enoni aya ki kita na bu balo kere ganga jimi na ma piero bu bion be bu duri ye yam go wa weng man ne no ne premier kere LC wan sinya pota magu bion ki jone magu tamo joko ne wengen ki jarogeo anato war be Uganda police bion do teach pagamento Roma paro bion joni be po waroge ama arakelu loke wabor migi wongi wabor luteko aro wabora nga weng buno ni mono joni enu ni wengi luming bego ber ka bolo dano ni mono president Museveni ayo chwalo gi me kwanyo ganga enu ni aya kidong bere jomo kano ber ka wacho ni mono go ber ka wacho ni mono prime minister ayo chwalo gi enu loke eni wengi no ni kara gopa meno bola malu ma ngoma dano ki ber ker ka buoro ker ki dano kidong pi awaga wero loke uchero dong kama bo kumbedi dong tika chera nyima nyim waikot chi chuina tiki chuin matek piani research mawan nyokwet mawan watiti mone uno Gulu University no ilo nying mawana chuli malo yano jemine dong ki balo kumbedi weng ma anda bere dong am patiti utiti anguni ki yari mo winyo kar mo na ber ka wacho ne ni la dit president Museveni no wacho ni kipo ki gan ka chela wa do gan ka chela ya man walwoni wabugi ya Ugandenses eno ku balo e on yo wen ko ko kwanyo go chara nyugo timini ni ambe dong pangeyo pian jimini egini willo wel gita joma maro chena kite on yange ni no ko kwalo ma chara ge ano amati waini katwere gen gu dwa ko chen unyo kape gamente wego chul madira de da pere pi bal jimina magem gu balo kidong kijamaro daro maduong wa LCU lo private surveyor ne ko bieno nem private surveyor o bieno unone gu karbe wanga mama dira de da aya city surveyor be dare resident city commissioner ki resident district commissioner gu bieno gu nero gu ni city surveyor bien ki town clerk achelo ki nem wing reporter bien achel iya chuli wa yo peki loro ki daro jonu lor wa yo na ma ara karo kere adonyo kere gang ki wa yo na ma ara karo kere wo dong tam gi ma no giti ka tam ne am dong no dong am pangeyo ento I penchek na chuli wa yo peki loro ki daro I penchek me mono be wa yo peki loro ki daro dong wan dong wati penyo ne ni mono gen dong gutimo gini kombe dong due angwen ma amparo ma donyi ganga ka bi donyo da donyo chal wo yo mo gen go bu chulu ki ngo ga war manu in pe war ker ki twer pala wori ni dong pilok mer dong ni mono me lara ni ngoni wari o kolo joni go temo maka en kuri amak no ni maki mako dano me ruenyo ki dano pe wange ko no gi mer wana unyo gi mer en tirano dano ruenyo ki dano ni chi loke wen ti bora bili police be do kwero do no ni meno ni timarani ti ye pian king mo gi ye ki mako gi be ye wachal tim gi ni wen abilu mako ama loke tie don gen gu gora o don kilor wiya ni I penchek me Uganda in pe iloro widano kilone unlawful custody onyo unlawful confinement gen non gu buchula yeki ngo pian ya chuli be in ke loro widano ludira chuli be ngole chuli be wi gen gu buchulu ki ngo ai kidong ma pire dong teke loyo era yi down makare wa yo ka chani gunero be kita jo ken gunero a piro donye ngoma ki meters piera rio we a beach polo a mero lache ki bore meters piera bichel a dano weng lu tich pagamente weng magunero don ki we eno ni pedonyo eno ni kuo
but ente ki ngom kenyo keje
andong pangi eno ni piana pangi krayon donyo kere kenyo era anati loko ma kakamega en loko meka kare ki o miane be ki tung chel be o tu donyo tuan donyo mo adida chinge gera in ni o dujo ka inde ngio kila kuri timi eno ti ko ber ka pieli ten yo
actually why yidi
de don ka ini nyepeo chini mo inde nyoro ma o tiano pian tim me ber ka timo kit enini kun gembe gunge atini ya chulimon ki warge pepe eno ni ken kere kare wa en me mono enini 1 foot kilo wani fair sex ki no darmo in pe luenyo kere chalwa in tika luen kila chola wori jonu tera maraj utera maraj mieto kwa lujimina mieto kwa ngoma balonia lora wa yo wen chidong man gin mano anati lokne era yini ka gen po kate kamale kalok me de geranyim ki penyu ni mier ko chul karna magubalo wen jemina magubalo ma wang down neno ni wen ma pa bitem timiki kida pian ruara pere eni come ni be lebe uberu biate koma kumbedini no wa kita no atiu kere teacher mano kere kichene mano agwako kere kilutiana kumbedi ki joma beru ganga kumbedi wan weng dong wan weru do vuga luba timo be ni kot olo kong dogo chue o wera wan no gino mo ki dong maraj loyo wan ti wachi tila member I council me Gulu University ti dong la member me Gulu University tuki biro ki kwalo research materials so me Gulu University bala obere ayaka dong ki penye lu university do penye chako dong wero gopa council long chako biri ki daro machalo kiti ni makuno kingeyo beni moro timeni uno timo wachon kaki umo kora uma dong log money ningo MBTU board electricity distribution company do wero no tamo ni moro kaki electrocuting no ki wero majo maholo tiene ot no kere ki dor loka romo chunye ki vora kita ber ka vora kere ni moro piani dong ki kere dong ti member me council dong pa loge aling mota wek de luara ki chel piani ka ana logo ti bi yema ki ti Donya University ma donya ni donya ki via wuya ebe po chula ebe anati teacher ma be university TM pero mo kwanyo ngoma nyo timo gino mo ki kene koma ni mo piane dong ki tere council me university mo gien malwak miero nen dog gien malwak miero nge keri ki umiene Moses Lam obion ki wara yinke ki wara meri wo joma ino gi maguberu ka gwako kan wan karma mon liya no wati kan wa gwako ngoma kanyi pe ngati moni dong biro mere ni mor tiki chene rom wilo ngati mo ke kem wan ki pero mo beru kere ni wa gwako kere ki chere o wero dam kenani dong giti ka bion gen no guchero chen ka kamo kodi ngoma da wero da gen gi dugu ki balo kere ki jemina ti dong ana lego be dam ma giti ka winya ni mero jemini ti ka time kien gang ngoma time ni umiero uyab wang dam weng ni gamente me Uganda kumbedi tiu pidano weng pe ngati mo bien ni mo la lonyo chulo wiyo ni mo pilonyo ne ni ngati mo ken dong po bulori ye pensir me Uganda ni pekwero ngatimo mago ngatimo eken ma timo bal ma baleno per ruate ki penchek me Uganda dok be ka dungu timo bal chul betie makingoli gi mamier gem go chul unyo ka pe beri buj betie ma ji mukene ma pe chule ki chiane umier inde kon gamente ki kingo ki tuwe buchi enoni ci ambe da logni moro ngoma butime ma afoye ye city council era yeni city council pegu giki konyo am kikem gamente me Uganda be po giki konyo am kikem ki kon down wing me Uganda ni jemi kit mutime kere bora ki kero dog policy unyo bailo me Uganda madam ki achela nungi ni ka ngar men la ku ngom no biru mier ki tim kit eni la ku ngom ni ko tuj mier ki tim kit eni were ki la dano we kuri tonge ki panga kuri tonge ki la tong no ki kweri ubet pere piano ki ngini jemi woro ki kore ci gel lu ku ngom chalo kit eni ni go buriyo be pego bo beru kama leng bor dano meron ngoma ana waje da achego kere ki dano.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was even doing the investigation on the challenges that the late Dr. Alice Lamwaka was going through, immediately when I was doing the investigation, seeing one of the security personnel, the security guard, I don't want to mention the company, pretends to be someone going for a short call, and yet she wanted to know what is the investigation going on. That proves to me very well that Dr. Alice Lamwaka is going in a very tight time, in a very hard time, and she immediately when he left for the short call, he went and began to make calls to the security personnel that people are coming in here trying to do investigation on their land. So as we speak on this, we have evidence. We have evidence of that Dr. Lamwaka, she's in a tight time, that we need the government to come in immediately to rescue her and give her some protections, give her the security as requested for, but he really needs the army, not the police or something else, because you know what the army can do. So that is a bit of it as we continue with our investigation. So I tried to make you know that some of the things you may think we the journalists speaks are not real, but today I witnessed that there's a lot of people, except the lesser people, the lesser privileged people, go through in this country a very hard time. That calls for the peace in Uganda, that calls for the security of Uganda to work together with the lesser people so that they could be able to get the opportunity as they need as citizens of the country. As I promise you, I will be taking you to a garden whereby Dr. Alice Lamwaka tried now to revive back the medicinal plants which was being destroyed by the people with claims that these lands are theirs. So amidst that, she said no, I have to continue to make these plants come back. I want to take you to the first garden that she has revive back the medicine. All this place has a lot of different so as you can see, these are the only security has. And remember, the 5 alone cannot help. So if the dog are even very few about what is going on. So what about herself? Means she's going a lot of great challenges and a great insecurity in her home. Okay? I want to take you to the first medical aspect that she has really tried to
hold on.
So
yes.
Help solve the medicine or the recovery of me look at this. This is called Wabigaya. This is ordinary. When you see that, you just think it's just an ordinary tree, but an ordinary plant. But it has a lot of aspects to the life of Uganda, to the life of the people, the local citizen in the country. It has a lot of great achievement that I've been asking her. She told me a lot of it, and for her safety, said no, I should not disclose the whole work of this medicine. This one you're seeing here is called Artemisia. You know, it's called Artemisia in that scientific name. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but it has a lot of great work. You know, so these are the combinations of the great medical aspect that made Dr. Alice Lamwaka comes out today boldly and says she really want to help the people of Uganda. She really want to help the citizen of Uganda via Covid-19 with these indigenous plants that she has in her family. Remember, all these things was being destroyed. As I told you earlier on, all these plants was being destroyed. So she's trying to bring them back. Amidst that all the conflict she's going through, she's trying to bring them back. So really, we want to appeal that please, we need a quick response into this, because when you lose this, where do you think you can get it? When you lose this kind of plant, where do you think you can get it? And it's gone, it's gone. So we really need a strong support to Dr. Alice Lamwaka so that he could be able to overcome these challenges that he's going through in our home. And then she even told me the children's alone doesn't have a certain mind, no? He doesn't even now trust. And immediately when the mother is not home, the children feels they're uncomfortable. They always stay inside because the fear of their life, the fear that maybe anything can happen to them because of the insecurity that is in our home. So I want to take also you to some of the plants that Dr. Alice Lamwaka tried to revive them back here. And this garden, there is one which is very important that she has, it echoes to me. I should talk about it. It's Apparos africana. This one, it has a lot of help to human, and then it have a lot of is a medicinal, that which is very unique, that she has done a lot of research on it, that we very soon she's gonna come out with it to show to the people of Uganda that we in Acholi land, we are blessed, because you can go to the whole entire country and find that you can't just bypass it as just an ordinary tree. You don't know that it can help to cure a lot of sickness in our body, and then it really needs a support for that. She could now be able to protect them very well. The one you're seeing it here, the one you're seeing it is called the bryophyllums. Okay, the bryophyllums, in other terms, they call it the plant for life. You know, the bryophyllum is sometimes other people call it the plant for life. Why do we call it the plant for life? Because in a human way, the some of the people that has weak body, you find that will wake up in the morning that you find that you're so dizzy, you don't even want to go for work. But when you just pick a leaf like this and you put it on your tree, yeah, you just drop it in your tea leaf, just take it, you find you've really been released, you know. And the one I'm holding it in my hand is called the one I'm holding in my hand. It just helps you for flu. If you've been suffering from flu, you just, what you do, you just put it on your nose like this and smell it. And remember, I wish you could be smelling it now. It's just cool, you know. Within 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, you find your release and your throat is very fine. You just find yourself very okay. And there's one I left behind here. In Acholi, we call it Ovolomono, but the language that you're supposed to call is called Antonia. You know, Antonia is a very unique fruit sometimes people just use it to just enjoy it for like a normal fruit, but to Dr. Lamwaka, it means a different thing. It has a different aspects. It's a medicinal that has a different aspects of it, which helps to protect and to cure many diseases into our body. So all in all, we really think we need an immediate aspects of help to Dr. Alice Lamwaka, whereby she could be helpful to secure a good garden. She could be secure a place that she could be able to protect all these medicinal plants and trees that she has in her garden. Down there, we call it a place you can just come and sit and enjoy yourself and get a lot of great plants that she has here. That here that place that you can come and sit and enjoy. A lot of things she has planted here that will help into the life of the citizen of Uganda. I will ask her this. In actually, this one is used to make for cooking. They call it benzari. But I asked her now, why has he planted the thing? But he said benzari is not just for cooking or just for food. She has a lot of organic aspect that he helped to cure different diseases in our body. That's why she has planted there. I remember, as I told you earlier, all these plants you're seeing them here were not supposed to be here. Yeah, all these plants were not supposed to be here. There was a garden which she has put it separately so that these plants would be able to grow well, so that these plants would be able to get really a good space for them. But when you see now, they're struggling amidst a lot of big trees, a lot of bananas. It's not easy. That's why she advocates for it, so that it needs immediate help. I asked her that there's a garden which was being secured in Gulu University, but right now he said he cannot use it because one thing that she needs, that the garden alone, if only a home can be destroyed with only one person. But what about the garden? Means the garden can be destroyed with many people, because we have the witch doctors, we have the people who really look for the medicinals, so they can enter that at any time. So the first thing first is they need the garden to be put in a wall fence. The wall fence should be there, that before you enter there, you need a permission to the place so that you will be able to access the garden. So really, we want to appeal to the government to have a quick response into this, so that the Gulu University, with the help of Dr. Alice Lamwaka, should come to agreement to make that garden very quick. I really taking you a little bit deeper to where we're gonna end our documentary. As they bring this interview to hand, being a journalist needs you to be determined, needs you to be strong, and needs you to be focused and speak the truth. This existence come into this because I started investigating Dr. Alice Lamwaka long time using the platform of Nile TV. I one day investigated her from our office. She was explaining me the challenges she's going through. So we did this, and we really need, as a support from Nile TV, as a support from the government, we need this thing to come to an end. And I want to say, it is not only the family which is afraid. It's not only the crop which has been destroyed. It's not only the garden which has been destroyed. Even our life alone. She lives, but he doesn't know when I'm going to wake up tomorrow. Because I myself a witness. After recording a video on her explaining what has happened to her family, I received calls threatening me that I should not continue bringing out the video of Dr. Lamwaka on the issue of their land. So please, I want to come boldly and say, please, let's come together as the government of Uganda and appeal directed to the Ministry of Land, and appeal directed to the Ministry of Defense, that please, and in the entire country, especially the President Museveni, please, let's come onto this and support and finance this woman and really let her get the security that she needs and come together as Nile TV, as a young, brilliant young people trying to make things work the way should also need the support. I remain myself Lucky Anywa as the investigator, Nile TV. Let's